friends, and welcome back. If you're new here, hi, my name is Callie Bransford and I share a ton of Dollar Tree content, everything from organization hacks to my favorite kitchen products from the Dollar Tree to the best electronics to DIYs. And today I'm sharing a Dollar Tree video that I'm really excited about because I have been sort of planning it and scheming it for months and months and months now, and that is going to be my favorite Dollar Tree mom hacks. I'm just super pumped about this because it's just using some Dollar Tree products in like unique and innovative ways to make mom life easier, as well as some just like general products that I love getting at the Dollar Tree for mom life. So let's dive into this. Okay, we're gonna start with a product that you can get right in the front of the Dollar Tree. Every Dollar Tree, sort of in the front section, has an eyeglass display where you can buy different eyeglasses, but usually in that same display, you can buy the little eyeglass repair kits. And these are amazing because they have the tiny little screwdrivers. Every parent at some point has dealt with the frustration of a child's toy that has a battery and they're always behind these tiny little screws. So I like to keep one or two of these eyeglass repair kits around my house, so I always have a tiny screwdriver for replacing batteries on kids' toys. Also, while you're in the eyeglass section, snag a few of the kids' sunglasses. If your little one loves to wear sunglasses like my guy does, $1 sunglasses are the way to go. Because if your little one is also like mine, he's probably going to get them lost or broken or like smear ice cream all over them and chip them all up. Moving right along, let's talk about some kitchen products that I love using for mom life, and the first one is these cupcake tins or muffin tins. I feel like technically they're called muffin tins, but I always just call them cupcake tins because in my mind a cupcake is better than a muffin, although muffins are also delicious. Yeah, this is quite a quandary we're in. Anyways, cupcake tins are amazing for all sorts of mom life stuff. One, I love them for snacks. It's just a sort of different and novel way to introduce some new foods to your kids. If your kid's like mine, sometimes he doesn't always want to try new stuff right away, so you can fill a couple of the tins with foods they love and then fill like one or two of the tins with something a little bit different or a little bit new. These are also great for art because you can use them to sort different art products or even use them to fill up with paint and water. And on top of all of that, there's honestly just a ton of activities you can do with cupcake tins. You can use them for color sorting. You can let your kids collect toys or nature items in them. You can use them with pom-poms and tweezers. Honestly, the options are endless. So it's really great to have like one or two of these around in your house that aren't for baking. And there's no point in buying a fancy one used for baking when you can just get these ones for $1. And on the topic of cupcakes, I also always like to get the cupcake liners whenever I'm at the Dollar Tree. These are also great for all sorts of kids' activities. I like using them in the summer on popsicle sticks to prevent like the juices from getting down on your hand, but they're also really great for snack time. I love using them in Tupperwares or in lunch boxes to help separate out different snacks. Tons of uses for cupcake liners in mom life, and so I always like to grab these whenever I see them at the Dollar Tree. Another amazing find from the kitchen section is these condiment squeezers. These are great for letting kids help in the kitchen. Specifically, I like to use them for cookie decorating. It's just a really easy way for small hands to be able to decorate cookies because obviously icing is a little bit tricky, and these condiment squeeze jars are a great way to let little hands help with cookie decorating. All right, in the baby section of the Dollar Tree, you can often find Huggies wet wipes, and I've actually price compared these, and the price per wipe is pretty comparable to buying these same wipes at like the grocery store or the pharmacy. Obviously, you're gonna get them cheaper if you buy like huge bulk boxes of wipes, but I like having these smaller bags of wipes just for on the go, to keep in the car, to keep in the diaper bag, and they honestly are about the same price as buying them retail, so they're really a great find. Whenever I see them at the Dollar Tree, I always grab a few because I like having these little bags just around. Another product that's great to get from the baby section of the Dollar Tree is actually their baby proofing products, specifically the ones that are doorknob covers. I have found these to be just as good as ones that I have bought for like $5 or $6. They do the same exact thing. You clip them on the doorknob, the kid can't turn the doorknob, so like why pay 5 or 6 times more when you can get one at the Dollar Tree for $1. All right, let's move right along to talk about some sensory play. Dollar Tree is one of my favorite places to get sensory play stuff. If you like to do sensory bends or sensory activities with your kids, it can get sort of pricey, and lots of times it's hard to find like just little small amounts of things. You have to buy these like big bulk boxes of stuff, so it can feel really overwhelming. The Dollar Tree is a great place to stock up. In the floral section, you can find decorative sand, decorative rocks and stones, which are awesome for making sensory play bins, and you can almost always find toy animals and figurines as well. It's also a great place to find dried rice or dried beans, which is awesome for sensory play too. I made this pond-inspired bin for my son using mostly all stuff from the Dollar Tree. This wooden sensory tray is one of my favorite trays that I use with my son when we were doing any of these activities, and I will link it down below. But Dollar Tree also sells little activity trays. You can get these in the school section, and I think these are great for craft activities. Also, in the craft section at the Dollar Tree, you can get wooden letters and numbers. These are great for kids, whether you're playing with them in Play-Doh, which my son currently really loves. They're also just great for letter and number games, or you're doing letter and number recognition. Let your kids paint them, let them use them in sensory trays. There's just so many different uses for these little wooden letters. And again, I love that you can buy just one set of the alphabet or one set of the numbers without having to buy a big, huge bulk package, which you typically do if you're buying these things online. Another item you can often find usually in the teacher section at the Dollar Tree, which is usually next to the office supply, is these jumbo tweezers. These are great for fine motor skills for little hands, and usually kids' tweezers like this either cost way more than $1, or you have to buy these huge packs of them, like packs of 12s, because somebody's buying them for a classroom. But if you're a mom, you don't really need 12 tweezers, you just want 1 or 2 tweezers for your kids, so the Dollar Tree is a great place to snag these when you see them. All right, let's move right along to getting a product from the makeup section. Whenever I am getting ready for the day, my son seems to be putting on makeup. He always wants to be, I mean, toddlers just always want to be part of the action all the time. Like whatever you're doing, they want to be part of it. So whenever I'm putting on makeup for the day, he wants to play with the brushes, he wants to pretend he's putting the brush inside of the powder, and I don't mind letting my child like be part of what I'm doing. It's how they learn, but I don't really want him carrying around my like $50 bronzer because he is a little accident prone, does tend to drop most things that he's holding. So my hack is to get some of the makeup from the Dollar Tree, and you can actually just scoop out the actual powder and, you know, throw it away so that your toddler's not gonna make a big mess with it, and then fill up the wells with some nail polish. You can also get nail polish at the Dollar Tree. Leave it overnight to dry. Then you can just give them some Dollar Tree makeup brushes, and they have their own little set to use, just like mom is using. So when you are getting ready for the day, you can give them their own little set, keep their hands busy, and you can get yourself ready and out the door. All right, next up, you can get all the ingredients you need to make sensory bottles at the Dollar Tree. All you need is glitter, white glue, food coloring, and an empty water bottle. You're gonna mix about 1 part water to about 2 parts hot water, and then add in food coloring and glitter and whisk this together really well. The best tip is to add more glitter than you think you're gonna need, and if you can find a mix of fine and chunky glitter, it's going to give a better effect. Then pour this all into the empty bottle, shake, and watch the glitter mix up, then slowly settle to the bottom. These work really great as calm down jars too. When your child is upset, have them shake the bottle and breathe and be quiet until the glitter settles at the bottom. The Dollar Tree is also a great place to stock up on the supplies that you will need to display your kids' art. I love to get the little command adhesive hooks that they have at the Dollar Tree. They're not actually command hooks. I call them command hooks. They're not command hooks, the Dollar Tree version of adhesive hooks. The ones that like you can take off when you're done. Anyways, get some of those, get some yarn or some string or twine from the Dollar Tree, and then a set of clothespins, and you have an awesome way to display your kids' art, whether you're just displaying it to display it or you need a place to hang your kids' art while it is drying. And I love it because you can just easily swap out new art whenever you want. All right, finally, I'm just gonna talk about just random things from the Dollar Tree that are great to get as a mom. Number 1 is stickers. Kids love stickers. They're great on the go activities. I love to stock up on them at the Dollar Tree because you can get a great price, and they often will have seasonal ones as well, so you can sort of switch out different seasons or holidays or whatever's going around. Another little hack for you with stickers, if you didn't know, if you have little hands that still are not that great about pulling the stickers off of the pad, and you don't want to sit there constantly like pulling off each sticker for them, because every mom has been in that position where the kid keeps bringing you the sticker pad because they want you to pull every sticker off, just pull off the backing of the stickers, and then it's going to make it way easier for them to pull the actual stickers off themselves. So you're welcome, thank me later. Next item from the electronics section is the flashlights. They actually have these little mini flashlights. Kids love flashlights. Little kids love like turning the light on and off. When they get a little older, they can use them for puppet shadows. They're great. No need to buy your kid a fancy expensive flashlight. These ones from the Dollar Tree I've actually shared before in my Dollar Tree Hidden Gems video, which I'll link down below. But the Dollar Tree flashlights are like really great flashlights for only $1. So I love having 1 or 2 of these around. My kid loves to play with them. They're a fun activity for kids. And this way I don't have to worry about him using some expensive flashlight if he happens to break it or, you know, drop it in the toilet. Not that that's ever happened, I'm just like hypothetically, if they dropped it in the toilet. It would be okay. Another great thing to stock up at the Dollar Tree is just like their toy balls. Specifically, my child loves, they have these like larger balls that have spikes on them. This is like my son's favorite ball. We've gone through like 2 or 3 of them, and I think it's because the spikes make it a little bit easier for his small hands to grasp. But they also have bouncy balls. They have like fun balls with glitter in them. They always have just different kinds of toys balls. And so it's a great place to stock up on those. Another great Dollar Tree find is always the rolls of craft paper. These are great for large scale coloring, stickers, painting, and so much more. Also really fun to have on the floor, and you can make race tracks or train tracks for your toy cars. Another kids product that is great to get at the Dollar Tree is bubbles. Now, honestly, I just gotta say something about bubbles before we get into this. I always thought I'd be a cool mom, but turns out I hate bubbles, because when you're a mom, bubbles just means that you get stuck standing there holding a bubble container while your child sticks the wand in and the bubble solution is getting all over you, it's on your pants, it's a mess. But kids love bubbles. Bubbles are magical, so we all end up getting bubbles for our kids, and the Dollar Tree is a great place to stock up because you can get bottles of them for only $1. And while you're there, also go to the hardware section and get yourself some zip ties, because I'm going to solve the bubble fiasco for you. Take your bubble container, take some of your Dollar Tree zip ties, and then zip tie that bubble container to a chair leg, a table leg, a porch rail, whatever. Now your child can dip the bubble wand themselves, get the bubble solution everywhere, and your hands and pants are no longer covered in bubble solution. So you're welcome. Bubbles at the Dollar Tree, zip ties at the Dollar Tree. Everybody's happy. All right, my friends, that does it. Some of my favorite mom hacks from the Dollar Tree. I hope that these helped you. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're not already following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me over there as well for all sorts of mom life. I've been sharing a lot of really fun mom activity reels recently as well. So if you want more of that, make sure to follow me over there. But that does it for this video. As always, I appreciate you so much stopping by and watching. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video.